Hello, my name is James Suhan. I'm a graduate support engineer here at E1 Solutions. And in this video, I'm going to cover some of the advantages of using Popdock over SmartList Builder. So we are going to first hop over into Popdock. So you can see I have my Popdock account pulled up here. And then right up here in this other tab, I have a sandbox which has SmartList Builder pulled up. So SmartList Builder and Popdock are very similar, as SmartList Builder serves as the basis for what Popdock is. Popdock's kind of like the next evolution of SmartList Builder. Now, a lot of people that are familiar with SmartList Builder will enjoy Popdock, which we do have another video where I kind of go into details comparing the two of what you would see here in SmartList Builder versus what you would see in Popdock. In this video, I'm more going over some of the advantages you would have in Popdock that you may not have available inside of SmartList Builder. So kind of starting here, so I'll just create a basic, just a simple smart list. We'll just call it test 1. Test smart list. So here we have our test smart list. Let's just pull in a table. GP table, we'll just pull in the accounts table. Account master. Simple, straightforward. Pull in our list, we got our display fields that we want brought in. And let's go ahead and join some to that. We'll just join we'll just do the transaction history. Something simple, we'll just join it. Let's do just a simple join. Account index. So now we can just click a couple default fields, whatever the case may be, and we'll just throw it under financial. So quick, pretty simple there, like simple joins. So Popdock, that's very similar to how we would do it with a GP connector. Let me just pull that up real quick. So I have a GP connector here. I'm just going to create a simple join list. I'm going to call it the same thing, test 1. Throw it in financial. So now we're just going to run it pretty similar. Bring in our accounts list. So one of the big advantages I would say is you have a little bit more of a friendlier user interface when using Popdock versus SmartList Builder. So I'll just go ahead and create that join real quick. We'll do count index to count index. So I'll go ahead, select a couple fields right here, and I'll do the same here. Batch number, let's do that one, and then let's do this. So we got a couple fields in here from each. We have our join criteria in the middle. So kind of comparing the two here, you can see we have all sorts of fields being brought in here. It's a big old list. There's a lot going on. Kind of hard to tell, and you may not want all these fields. So you have to go in and check and make different changes and whatnot. Whereas in Popdock, you only bring in what you need. So you'd highlight this. I only want whatever fields I selected here. Pick this one. Only select here. You can see exactly what fields you've selected and what list they go under as well. And then kind of going into more of with the display and the default, as those are right here. But again, there's still a bunch of fields. It's a bit messy. Whereas you hop over to Popdock, we have a fields tab right here. So you can see we have all of our selected fields, what connector they're from, and we can also see what list they're coming from as well. Now we can go right here, we can add it. We have a section right there, boom, calculated fields. We can also see our defaults and our key fields. So selecting our defaults, we can select all, select none, select 1, 2, 3. For this case, I'll just do select all. There you go. We can drag and drop them. It's all nice and pretty. So for here, we can have calculations as well. We can add our calculation. field name, field type, whatever the case may be. Then we'd have to go in that and build it, and it can be all messy, and you might get it wrong. Whereas one of the big advantages of Popdock with with the calculated fields is with the language we have built for this called Popdock script. So as you can see, I can go here, we'll call it test calc field. We'll just leave it as a simple string for now. As you can see right here, this key right here is field language. This is a big advantage with Popdock versus GP, because we're now able to write scripts in C# or Popdock script. SQL will be coming at a later date, but for now we can focus on Popdock script. So Popdock script is designed to be able to create calc fields without really knowing how to code or needing to code. So let's say I want to do, let's go math. Actually, we don't want math. We want aggregation. We'll do sum of a field. And let's just do this. Sum of journal entry. So pretty quick and simple. You can see I didn't even have to type anything. I could just click through, go, and go from there. And we also have a validate function as well. So as you see here, it says it's all good. So now if I were to go in and put just a string of numbers at the end, unexpected token tells you what's wrong with it. Remove that, click validate, it's all good. So that's the beauty. That's one of the big advantages when it comes to creating your custom lists, is you get a friendlier UI, easier to use, everything's right there in the same page. With your calculated fields, you can also see exactly what goes into it. You can drag and drop, set your defaults, key fields, and there's all these other features that have their own section with detailed instructions on how to use this, what they do, kind of going into it. You can add restrictions. You can do pretty much a lot of this stuff is available in SmartList Builder, as well as SmartList Builder is the basis for Popdock. I'm kind of going in, so we'll just go ahead and create this one that we have here. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's been created. So now we'll head over into SmartList. Go ahead and it creates our new SmartList. So we go here, financial, it was test SmartList. And we bring this up. And there we go. Now we can do columns, favorites, all the other stuff that would go into this that we would like to put in there and make changes. We have our export, import, kind of all that stuff, which Popdock does have this as well, where we do have the ability to export stuff out into different, whatever the case may be. If we want to send it out to Excel or PDF, we can do that. But one of the key differences that really makes Popdock nice is the accessibility over SmartList Builder. Where SmartList Builder, you will have to remote into the server of wherever your GP is, unless it's on a local machine, you have to use that machine. Popdock, you can be anywhere you want without having to worry about IP restrictions or none of that. Whereas let's say your firewall has IP restrictions and you try to VPN into your VM that has your SmartList Builder on it, and you can't because you're in a different spot, like you're traveling, and you need to get in there and you can't, you're blocked, and you have to send it out to IT. They have to temporarily whitelist that, or they might not, and it gets all messy and hazy. Popdock, you don't need to worry about that. All you need for Popdock is an internet connection and a user, which if you have a user, you can get into Popdock anywhere you want, no matter what you're doing, where you are. You could be in the office, you could be at home, you could be traveling across the world, you could be over in Australia if you want. You could be sitting in Sydney, Australia, and it's like, I need to, oh, somebody shot me a message in the other time zone. I need to get in and create this stuff. Instead of having to worry about VPN, worry about if you can get in. If you got an internet connection, you can log into Popdock, get on in there, and all your stuff is right here, ready to go. So accessibility is one of the key advantages over SmartList Builder with Popdock, is that it is accessible anywhere you want, and you could put your SmartList anywhere you want as well, which kind of ties into that because we have a nice function of widgets. So we can create a widget here. Let's say I want to be able to see my GP data wherever. So we'll go multi-list. So click here to add a list. We're going to pick our GP connector. We're going to add them all in there. And there is our list. Now we have all of these available, ready to go. You can even start with a default. So let's just put on good old accounts as our default. So we start with that, but guess what? Maybe you have some BC stuff as well, or you have a specific SQL connector for a specific database, or whatever the case may be. We can also go in and we can pull in our SQL stuff as well. So let's just add a group here. We can break it down. We can call it SQL. So this is going to be our SQL group. So we can go add lists. It's going to go in SQL. We're going to grab our SQL connector, bring it in, and now we have our SQL data. So we can go into preview and look at our widget. Multi-list widget, it'll bring it up and we can check and see like, oh, do I want to look at my GP data? Do I want to look at my specific company data through SQL? Whatever the case may be, you can put as much data in there. You can put it anywhere you want. You can send it to Bob in accounting. He can look at stuff. You can put it in your Business Central. You can embed it into your teams. You can put your data anywhere you want to be able to access it anywhere at any time, which is the key difference above all else with Popdock versus SmartList Builder, which kind of summarizing it up, kind of what I've been rambling on about. SmartList Builders does serve as a basis of Popdock alongside SmartView as well. But Popdock, the main advantage is going to be its accessibility. There's a nicer user interface to work with, and you can access your Popdock data anywhere, anytime, whenever you want, as long as you have an internet connection and a user account in the system.